Destiny reacts to Hasan saying he is responsible for Fuentes' career. Yeah, I saw this. And at first, my visceral reaction is, what an insane thing to say. And I could even barely see this, so fuck you, okay? I'll just read it, okay? If Hasan is going to reach this hard to say that I kickstarted Fuentes' career, then I am responsible for his career 10 times over. Also, Hasan fucked a 15-year-old when he was visiting that brothel in Berlin. That's why he doesn't like to talk about it as much now. I don't think this is true. He's referring to how the brothel got raided um by by the German police. And it was that specific time, it was specifically for tax reasons. So for tax reasons, that's why they got busted. Um but the brothel supposedly the brothel supposedly, okay, from what I remember, it's more like sex work implicitly has minors in them at times. If it's true that this is one of the biggest brothels in Germany, it would make sense that they do not employ minors, assuming so, just mean because this is like the most popular brothel in Germany. It's like you're ordering something from Amazon, but yeah, of course Amazon's going to have some degree of exploitation. I don't know. It's called Artemis. Berlin authorities raided Artemis in a human trafficking investigation in 2016. Okay, 2016. But his visit to Artemis was around 2010. Some people on Twitter use this as a point to argue that all brothel keeping and all sex work is exploitative. No, not necessarily. No, not necessarily. Hiker regularly trends on Twitter for actions that may or may not be controversial. Yeah. The police reports, which said that the brothel constituted a brutal and illegal system that severely exploited dependent women. Just because the cops say they've conducted a human trafficking sting doesn't mean that there was any actual human trafficking happening. Yeah. From what I know, I just don't know. Um, uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any evidence. Yeah. With that being said, with that, so sex work. I think you have to be 18 in Germany to do sex work, but the age of consent is like 15 to 16, right? So it's like 2 years lower than the age to consent to sex work, to sign on for sex work. I think that's the, I think that's the law. Um, with that being said, if Destiny lied about Hasan, well, I don't give a fuck because first of all, I believe that Hasan is such a detriment to all of politics that he needs to be brought down by any means necessary. Number two, if Hasan has lied constantly about Destiny, why should Destiny not reciprocate that behavior? Tit for tat, right? Isn't that what we've been advocating for this entire time is tit for tat? So that's my belief on it. Okay? Because as far as I'm concerned, I don't think Destiny was the one that did it first. Whatsoever. It's not even close. Can we stop beating around the bush and just say what? Say what? What'd I say? Nonstop calls Destiny a pedophile. Exactly. Richard Hanania, I've only been a Democrat for a few minutes. This has been pretty demoralizing. Do they always give up even when they're winning? Yeah. The 8 Democrats returning from Nazi Germany with their promise from the Republicans. Seems like nobody agrees with Steven.
Hey, Caitlin. A meeting with the Syrian president earlier today. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is a big ally.
No, bro. I microwaved this because it's store-bought.
Said that she would rather see focused on nonstop domestic policy meetings here at the White House instead of nonstop foreign policy meetings. What's your response to her saying that, and also saying that grocery prices are up and not down, as you've said?
Yeah, so I don't know what happened to Marjorie. She's a nice woman, but I don't know what happened. She's lost her way, I think. But I have to view the presidency as a worldwide situation, not locally. I mean, we could have a world that's on fire where wars come to our shores very easily if you had a bad president. We had a horrible president, and we ended up with Russia, Ukraine.
Jesus, wait a second.
Caitlin. A meeting with the Syrian president earlier today. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is a big ally of yours, said that she would rather see you focused on nonstop domestic policy meetings here at the White House instead of nonstop foreign policy meetings. What's your response to her saying that, and also saying that grocery prices are up and not down, as you've said?
Yeah, so I don't know what happened to Marjorie. She's a nice woman, but I don't know what happened. She's lost her way, I think. But I have to view the presidency as a worldwide situation, not locally. I mean, we could have a world that's on fire where wars come to our shores very easily if you had a bad president.
Dude, the rift between Marjorie Taylor Greene and Donald Trump is growing. It's expanding. Once MTG used to be the core representation of the MAGA movement, right? A crazy, unhinged woman who believed in anti-Semitic conspiracy theories about everything. Jewish space lasers. All the crazy shit. But now it seems like something has happened. Maybe she's going through an anime character development arc. Something is stirring deep within her. Is that love? Sympathy? Oh my god. Who the fuck knows? Good luck. Destiny take just dropped. I think I mostly agree with this. Wrong. What's the comment say? True. This is all DGers, by the way, okay? Just so you know. This is the same for the Verso versus Mayel debate, alright? NPC, you by the way, okay, DGer. NPC looking at, okay? Oh, the shutdown was ruined. Oh, phew. It was all a part of the plan. Oh, okay. Me happy. Alright, that's DG, okay? This is DG, okay? True. That's me except Foodshops. That's not true. Wait, you sure? What if me and Steven disagrees? Forcing them to vote on it feels like being super wishful. Republicans are in the chokehold. Bro. Okay, dude. Okay, we'll see who's correct, okay? After all, it's only a short amount of time, right? It's only a short amount of time, right? Everyone's saying, Snap is back, the government has to be open, that's not good. People won't starve. This is a war and our country is on the line. If a few people have to go hungry for a few months, fuck it, I don't care. True. There's a price for protecting your nation ideals, and the poor pay it first. But it'll come for all of us regardless. True. I disagree with Destiny. The government should have remained shut down. Regardless, we should have talking points. True. But at the same time, it hasn't gone through the House yet, right? People are taking the thing as if it's a done deal. Yeah, it's still trying to send it to the House. It's still the House needs to hold firm, dude. The House really, really needs to hold firm. The House needs to pull through. Okay?
The Senate has taken the first step to end the government shutdown after a group of moderate Democrats agreed to proceed without a guaranteed extension of health care subsidies. This angered many Democrats who say Americans want them to continue
That's
the
not the most red
fight.
states.
In a test vote that is the first in a series of procedural maneuvers, the Senate voted late Sunday.
If we have to starve to death millions of Americans, so then the red vote goes down, then so be it. In Minecraft.
Sunday to move toward passing compromise legislation to fund the government and hold a vote by mid-December on extending expiring healthcare tax credits. Final passage could be several days away if Democrats object and delay the process.
America is in the midst of a Republican-made healthcare crisis, worse than anything the American people have seen in decades.
Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer of New York voted no.
Dismantling the healthcare system.
The Senate has taken the first step.
Cool. Now I'll say Jasmine Crockett is a DEI congresswoman. Yeah, DEI is just a new hard R, okay? Ezra Klein, if I was in the Senate, I wouldn't vote for this compromise. Shutdowns are an opportunity to make your arguments, and the country was just starting to pay attention. If Trump wanted to cancel flights over Thanksgiving rather than keep healthcare costs down, I don't see why Democrats should save him from making his priorities so exquisitely clear. And I worry that Democrats have just taught Trump that they will fold under pressure. That's the kind of lesson he remembers. True! Ezra Klein spitting. Ezra Klein once again is spitting. Oh my god. Ezra Klein, once again, spitting hard facts. Alright, holy shit. Ezra Klein, my beloved, okay? My beloved, you are pulling through right now, okay? Looks like the decline in Trump's approval ratings was about food stamps. Democrats bailed him out. Yeah, dude, why would you bail out a fascist dictator? Fuck me, dude. Whatever. The 40 million Americans on SNAP benefits watching social media meltdown because they're not being starved is a political optics strategy. Food stamps mentioned, true. Newsom also for continuing to shut down. Yeah, literally everybody is. Literally everybody. All the Democrats are for continuing the lockdown, except for a very select minority, like a tiny amount. Not even Schumer. Not even Schumer is for ending the lock. Dude, what? Not even Schumer. Oh, I'm retarded. Hmm. All right, good luck. Looking forward to see this reference in the court docs. He was fighting with chatters all day today. Oh God. Lauren David told me she was 30 when we first met, though. Woman born with no brain turns 20 in medical miracle. Jesus Christ. Tim Miller on the end of the government shutdown. Ready for my most controversial takes yet? The Dems won the shutdown fight. This fold won't matter at all in next year's midterms. But making the GOP own the bullshit BBB, Build Back Better, tariff, healthcare policies will. There's not an example of Dems not fighting the Republicans. Like Republicans, it's a longer shutdown than anything the kamikaze Tea Party ever did. The people who are mad about this are a small subset of the electorate that treat politics like sports. And it's possible that their crying about the fold will contribute to snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Dude, a small subset? I wait, what? So I don't think 40 senators is a small subset. Am I tripping out here? When was the last time? When was the last time like 90% of the Democratic Party, 90% of the Democratic Party is not a small subset? What the fuck, dude? Whatever, man. A whistleblower, Blair. He's talking about the electorate, not the Senate composition. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A whistleblower tells House Judiciary. No, I mean it doesn't. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Okay, nowhere in the electorate or among the Senate. It doesn't matter. Okay. Also, voters are stupid. Okay, they don't know what they're talking about anyway. Okay. A whistleblower tells House Judiciary that convicted sex offender Ghislaine Maxwell is in the process of seeking commutation of her 20-year prison sentence from Donald Trump. Yikes. Me shitting on Democrats for being weak. Leftist cucks who didn't vote last election to protest? Fuck. True. I was telling, I made it explicitly clear when I was covering Vosh that I don't want it to be confused that I look down on all lefties who are bashing the Democrats due to ending the shutdown. When I criticize the Democrats, that's coming from a different place than when you are criticizing the Democrats. When lefties are criticizing the Democrats, it's because you guys are anti-fans of the Democratic Party, okay? You guys will find any reason to blame the Democrats anyway, so your feedback and your views do not matter in any kind of substantial way in any part of my brain or my head, all right? It doesn't matter to me, okay? However, if I am a core liberal, part of the core liberal Democratic Party, that's coming from a different place because I want to see the party improve. I want to see the party make better decisions. I support Democratic Party members who represent things that I care about, right? Like Gavin Newsom, right? The issue is that lefties only support a very small amount of these politicians, okay? Mamdani, who else? Ilhan Omar, who else? AOC? Oh no, they cast her out, right? It's not coming from the same place, okay?
Members of
Okay, this is Pelosi.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor
Dem snarkers, yes.
of presenting to you the President of the United States. Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor to present to you the
And Bernie
President
always say most of the time?
the
Yeah.
United States. Members of Congress, the President of the United States. Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
Dude, what a base fucking Giga Chad. It's a bad deal. True. Even Buttigieg. Does Destiny have a problem with Pete? Is Destiny even like disagreeing with Pete or? It's a bad deal. Everyday life, making it better and more affordable must always be our bottom line. Wait. Oh, okay. For months, I've been hearing from people bracing for their health insurance bills to skyrocket, so much that some will lose coverage altogether. Some say they simply haven't even opened their letter yet, dreading the bad news. Any deal that fails to address this directly is a bad deal. Okay. Yeah, or firing for Pelosi. Yeah, fuck this guy. Fuck this John Fetterman motherfucker. Dude, fuck this guy. Actual brain dead fucking retard who wants to fuck over the entire fucking country over because his brain wasn't fucked enough. So therefore he has to fuck the rest of the country over. Dude, actually, like, dude, fuck this guy. After 40 days as a consistent voice against shutting our government down, I voted yes for the 15th time to reopen. I'm sorry to our military SNAP recipients, government workers, and Capitol Police who haven't been paid in weeks. It should have never come to this. This was a failure. This guy can't even consent to a vote. It's probably not even, like, can this guy even consent to sex? If you can't even, like, if you have to question whether or not this guy can even consent to sex, why the fuck should he be able to consent for millions and millions of Americans on whether or not their healthcare should be gutted? What a ridiculous tweet. Jesus. NTG, I will not make fun of you and call you queen until 2027 until you get one other representative and refuses funding bill to demand ACA extensions. What? What? Well, I don't get it. I don't care. I don't. What? Not even a video. Okay. Cal Kalinske teases a 2028 presidential campaign. No way, dude. There's no way. No way. I refuse to believe this. I'd rather not believe that. Up to 40% of Obamacare enrollees. MTG wants ACA extended. Is that true? Good for her. That's billions in taxpayer flowing to insurance companies for people who don't even use the system. Up to 40% of Obamacare enrollees never file a claim. Republicans are committed to ending fraud and making healthcare truly affordable. A sitting senator doesn't know how insurance works. Dude, actually embarrassing. You voted for this. I'm just saying. You voted for actual dumbasses. Just a reminder that insurance only has to pay if you make a claim, okay? If you don't make a claim, then insurance doesn't have to pay, all right? Yeah. That's literally how that's how all insurance works, okay? Like, I'm not even talking about healthcare. It's literally how all insurance works. Fuck me, dude. Fuck all these disgusting loser hack fucks. True. Wait, so Destiny has been arguing with chatters all day? Oh, no. Can't believe I'm here. We are live. Oh, okay. I see. So China allows you to have access to Instagram, Twitter, and the broader internet, but China will not allow other people to use it. By the way, I've been in front of this before. Fuck, what is it called? Something Kwanzaa, right? No, this is Tiananmen. Yeah, okay, this is Tiananmen. Yeah, okay. This is Tiananmen. Yeah, true. Okay, cool. By losing, Democrats are actually winning. True. Hasan the propaganda toward. He's doing an I show speed moment, okay? Hey, let him get his bag, alright? Haters. Wait until you see LSF? Oh no. Say psych. Tell him off, Senator. Assert yourself. That's my ACA subsidy. Great. Now let him have it. You can have it. Okay.